Yeah, well, the first step will be to analyse with the team our performance in Tokyo, but also the other team's performances, and work out a plan of attack to try and bridge the gap between us and the rest, and try and keep improving. Yeah, it's an interesting question. I think when we get international competition like normal, then I think I don't think that need is necessarily there. It's fine if it happens once every after the Olympics, for example, or after something along those lines. But I think if you've got international competition, then it doesn't necessarily mean that. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's a good question. I think they've worked more on a club system, so a bit like the Dutch, but they've also had because their country is very, very small, and they can actually so they've got a centralised program only once or twice a week, and then they release them for the clubs. And so I think the clubs and the national federation have a very close working relationship with each other. So that I think has been a major factor. It's been probably since 2009. So it's similar to India's progression. So. Yeah, well, that's the question that we have to work out. What are we have to be consistent across quarters, we're consistent across games. So next game, but also across tournaments as well. And yeah, I think you get consistency when the general level of improvement, the general level of skills increases. So certainly the basics is what I always try and focus on, and we'll be continuing to do that. But there'll be lots of other little areas where we can improve on to get that consistent performance. I think what you see or what you have to be is that much better than the opposition. If you're 5 or 10% better than the opposition, then you can have a few of your players can have not a good game, and you can still win. Yeah, well, that's a big question in itself, to be honest. But yeah, after the 1-7, we do the numbers behind the scenes, and the numbers basically were not that bad for India. It's just that Australia had a very, very good day. They put everything in the goals, and we didn't put away our opportunities. So I think you could play a game like that 4 or 5 times again, and it would be 2-2, 3-3, something along those lines, or 3-2. But 7-1 was a bit flattering, I think.